The illusion of elections in Nigeria, stage-managed theater of power. As each electoral cycle approaches, the political class resumes its ritual of deceit, forming coalitions, alliances, and pacts, not to serve the people, but to extend the shelf life of a decaying, parasitic system. Elections here are not elections but selections, stage-managed theater designed to pacify the masses, buy time, and give the illusion of democracy in a land where true representation has never existed. For over 60 years, the same recycled men in Igbada and camouflage have looted, lied, and laughed while the country collapsed. From the era of Gowon to Babangida, from Obasanjo to Buhari, and now Tinubu, Nigeria has been passed from one cabal to another. They change uniforms and party names, but their mission remains the same: preserve a fraudulent structure, enrich themselves, and enslave the masses. Every 4 years, the cycle repeats. New party slogans, new promises, new alliances, yet the same old corruption, the same old betrayal. If something has failed for 6 decades, it is not a system, it is a curse. And those who insist on sustaining it are not leaders but enemies of the people. To make matters worse, Nigeria's presidency is not decided in Nigeria. Western powers must first approve the candidates, ensuring that the most corrupt and compromised rise to the top. The result is always the same: rulers who govern, not for the people, but for the protection of foreign oil interests, banking elites, and multinational corporations. Nigeria is the purest form of a colonial franchise, run by puppets who dance for their masters abroad while feeding on the blood of their own people. Ask the real questions. How come after decades of oil wealth, Nigeria cannot provide 24-hour electricity? How is it that your politicians fly abroad for medical care, while you die in clinics without oxygen or syringes? Why is Nigeria, richer in natural resources than the UAE, still the poverty capital of the world? Why do the children of the elite study in Oxford and Harvard, while public schools rot with unpaid teachers and collapsing roofs? Because your politicians are not your representatives. They are your overlords, looters, and subjugators. They inherited the colonial blueprint not to develop, but to deceive, divide, and extract. The colonial template lives on. The British colonialists understood one thing: keep hostile nations together, let them fight, and while they bleed, we loot. The Nigerian elite learned this principle well. But unlike India, which adopted colonial technology to build a modern state, Nigerian politicians adopted colonial criminality, the art of lies, fraud, and endless conflict for gain. So every election season becomes a recycled deception: old criminals with new party colors, empty manifestos, paid religious clergymen, and naive youth chanting slogans they'll regret by the next term. In Nigeria, voting is not participation in democracy, it is complicity in your own destruction. In the last election, the Igbo people were openly targeted for violence in Lagos simply because they refused to vote for Tinubu. On election day, thugs and hired agents patrolled polling stations, warning the Igbo to stay home or face consequences. Those who defied the threats were beaten, chased, and in some cases killed. The message was clear: democracy in Nigeria is not a right, it is a privilege rationed by the ruling class, and only extended to those who vote in line with the system's chosen candidate. Today, the Igbo are paying the price for daring to vote their conscience. Their businesses, worth billions, are being systematically destroyed in Lagos. Shops are demolished, markets harassed, properties confiscated, and entrepreneurs targeted for exclusion. Their only crime is that they supported Peter Obi during the last presidential election. Such ethnic retribution exposes the rotten foundation of the Nigerian project, a state where political participation is punished, and where identity determines whether you prosper or perish. Is this what anyone would call democracy? No, this is not democracy, it is demonstration of crazy, what can rightly be called demo-crazy. It is a circus where ballots mean nothing, where thugs dictate outcomes, and where state institutions look the other way while violence reigns. But this is not new. The history of Nigeria's elections is a history of blood and betrayal. 1964 federal election crisis, rigged results sparked protests and boycotts across the country, laying the groundwork for the first coup. 1965 Western region elections, remembered as Operation Weti, when ballot stuffing and thuggery led to arson, chaos, and the breakdown of order in Yoruba land. June 12, 1993 election, the freest and fairest election in Nigeria's history, was annulled overnight by the military, proving that the will of the people means nothing in the Nigerian system. 2007 elections under Obasanjo, international observers called them the worst in Nigerian history, marked by ballot box snatching, open rigging, and state-sponsored violence. 2011 post-election violence, over 800 people were killed, mostly in the north, after Buhari's supporters rejected Jonathan's victory. Again and again, Nigeria's so-called elections have been wars by another name. They are fought not with ideas but with machetes, bullets, and bribes. Instead of being a path to representation, they are death traps where citizens gamble with their lives for the right to cast a vote. The truth is this: a country where voting is met with bloodshed cannot be called a democracy. Nigeria's elections are not about the people choosing their leaders, they are about the elite reshuffling their power. It is a battlefield masquerading as a republic, a democracy that destroys its own citizens while claiming legitimacy before the world. Thank you for watching. Check out the next audio chapter, Chapter 9, The Curse of Religion and Leadership in a Country Never Meant to Exist.